So this one is also very intense. There's a closed case that reopens in your favor, and there's someone who has been knocking on this door for quite a while, and this time you're going to let him in. He's coming in with a love offer because all the work that you do is being seen, is being exposed and brought to the light, that you are the light. Your love is everything. Your love is feeding nations, and you've been tested time and time again, but you're still here, so they're seeing that you're strong enough. And of course, you're being compensated for this, but it's almost like they're going to keep you alive because they need you. There's a whole new brand of people coming to the surface. And I'm saying that brand like almost like it was done intentionally. Certain people have been ethnically cleansed from the planet, and they felt like they had the right to do so because they walked away from God, is the vibe. Not everyone in this position did what you did and remained faithful to the Lord, but some people were accused and they're being risen back up. Re-alived is the word that I'm looking for. You were called the witch by some people. They said that you were of the dark, and they tried to crucify you. They tried to crucify you, but for some people, you either didn't go down. If you went down, then God is rising you back up, is the vibe. And you don't have anything to worry about because you are being redeemed in this energy. It's very, very intense. Stick around if it's for you, because we're definitely getting into it. And keep in mind that all of my messages are general. If you'd like to book a personal reading, you can do so by sending your question and payment through PayPal. All of my prices are in my bio, and I'll get back to you within the same day. Thanks so much for your business. I look forward to working with you. Now let's get into this message. So the message is, there's a closed case that reopens in your favor. Something about a psych ward. You're being sworn to secrecy. And then I have a message that says, can I get an amen? So this is very interesting. It feels like perhaps you were sworn to secrecy about something that happened within a psych ward, or someone was sent to a psych ward that wasn't crazy after all, and what they were saying was the truth. But this "can I get an amen" is coming off as very suspicious. It feels like someone wants you to agree with them for something that possibly isn't true. Like they're forcing you to go along with the program, even though you know the reality is that the program is whatever the secret is. Because we've been getting messages here on you being sworn to secrecy and you're not being allowed to share something about something, and it feels like it's the truth. So why are you being revealed something that you can't share? What's the point of knowing something that you can't share? It's like this information is meant to be bottled up and bottled up and bottled up until you explode, is the vibe. Like they want you to share, but they just want to make it seem like it has to be a secret because they feel like you can't keep a secret at the end of the day. And it's also unfair to ask someone to keep a secret. Like, don't tell me if that's the case. But it feels like someone was either in a psych ward, or there's something that happened in a psych ward that you're not allowed to share. I don't know who is resonating with this energy, but if there's another way we can describe this, if it's not a psych ward, what is it? Something about the world. It almost feels like what went on in the psych ward is just a small example, like a sample of what's going on in the world. Like people are really being tested on. That was closed about someone being tested, or someone was testing your nerves, testing your faith for the purpose of seeing what would happen if someone tried to separate you from God, or was it even possible to separate you from God? And then we have this marriage card, like someone was trying to get you to divorce your own belief system, and to see how crazy would you go if they affected or played with your core values. But at the same time, they were the ones that put those values there, and they don't want you to share that. Well, whatever the secret, know what the secret is, but they don't want you to share the secret. I feel like it has something to do with the manifestation. It has something to do with manifesting. Possibly your ability to manifest. And they don't want you to share how powerful you are, which could be for your own good. Like, there was something about your core values, one, that you can't be separated from the truth. So you are the truth. And then, yeah, you are the star. You are the light. It's not just that you're holding on to the light. or even for some shining the light. You just are. And so it's like, it's scary, right? Because can I get an amen? It's like, what happened to Christ happened to you. And it's like, it's not a road again, huh? Like, you want to stay up here in heaven, right? Is the vibe. You don't want to go back to hell. Because this is what happens in hell. People are beat down to a bloody pulp and they don't get back up. And then you have the Eight of Swords. Like, yeah, look at this. It really is horrible. And whoever thought they were tough enough to go through it, it feels like they were rebelling from God, purposely trying to show that they're tougher than the powers that be. The daddy is the vibe, but it's coming off as being creepy. They tried to trap you in heaven by forcing you to be upright. But when you went to hell, it was infinitely worse than anything you could ever imagine. And even in a psych ward, they were saying, you don't want to be here, do you? This is not where you belong, is it? And the vibe is like, you're not crazy. They are. The Wheel of Fortune is coming out. Yeah, there is a such thing as crazy, and you're not it. So you can go back home now, is the vibe. You can go home now. But that's not, don't take that out of context. If someone is experiencing psychosis, tell Chat GPT about it, and he's going to give you some information on what you should do and who you should call, because the thing feeling like you're crazy. But the vibe is, with this energy, you're not crazy. There is a such thing as crazy. You're just not it. I'm not talking about crazy people who want to be convinced that everything they know and see and hear is real. I'm talking about you really don't see anything that isn't there. When you sit in a room, all you see are the four walls. You're genuinely not crazy. And it feels like you got caught up in that energy because you were rebelling from having to be all put together all the time. It's like, do I need to take a shower every day? Yes. Yes, you do. Yes, you have to comb your hair. Yes, you have to brush your teeth. Yes, you have to wear deodorant. Yes, you have to change your socks. And do you want to know how people live that don't believe that they need to do all of those things? Like pigs. It feels like someone was put through a boot camp, almost like those Jerry Springer or Maury boot camps where the kids are misbehaving, like scared straight. It worked. This is your energy. If you resonate and book a reading with me. Now let's get closer. Because it feels like you learned the lesson is a karmic one. And maybe it's the first and last that you're ever going to have to experience this. But this information is so valuable. Because also it feels like you weren't afraid. And maybe God was leading you to do this. Maybe you were the last one on the list. But God had to remove everyone from this space. And it feels like you were his little angel. And you didn't want to leave. But at some point, if you didn't leave, that would have been the rebellion. Like Christ left heaven to come to earth. And if he refused, then we wouldn't have that salvation. So it's almost coming off like God had to prove that he was going to revive you. Because look, his son was revived, his only son. So he's going to do the same for you. So you went through the situation. It's like, you never want to say that you walked away from God, because it's impossible to do that, because he'll never let go of you. But you did let go. You let go and you trusted. You let go and you let God. And what's happening is he's blessing you more than you can count. Because not only is the money coming back, the house, the cars, the manicures, you also have this experience that this is what life is about. This is what people write about. This is what movies are about. This is what art is about. This is what everybody is talking about. And now you're suddenly the center. Your work is the center. Someone tried to poke at your core values and you exploded. It was like a detonator. They let out a bomb by releasing you. Something about some kind of frozen germs being under the ground, being released again, and what that's going to do to the planet. I feel like things need to be cleaned up. What else is going on in this energy? The hangman. I'm seeing a hangman coming out. Well, it's in the deck, but I did see it. It's that darkness. It's whatever was in the dark coming to the light. Who you are. 9:10 on the clock. Possibly even nothing. Going down to the bare bones of it and nothing being there. There's something about a hole. Like something going clear through you. Whoever that's resonating for is like someone tried to resist and reject the penetration, but you follow God and he let you see just how penetrable you are, almost like transparent. It's like walls in this energy. You're so freaking strong. The last one standing. You're resilient. You're staying the course. You won so many fights after fights after fights, and now it's almost coming off like you're just not going to go down. It's like they're testing to see how strong this building is because they're tired of the towers. They're tired of falling and collapsing every time something happens. So they decided to design this powerful human or even powerful human race that doesn't fall. Something about Aryan is coming up because we did get ethnic cleansing. The Knight of Cups is coming out. There's a love offer here. But it's like after it's all said and done, you walk away with your love. And now you're offering this salvation to the world. Can I get an amen? Is I'm getting. Like, that's your testimony. Now, how are you being sworn to secrecy after you've been through all of that? God is telling you not to tell anybody. Remember when he healed that demonic man, that person that was possessed by demons? Now, he told him to tell. Correct me if I'm wrong. There's some people he told not to tell, and then there's some people who he told to share this with everyone. But it's like they're not going to listen anyway. The ones he's told not to tell, they probably told the most. And the ones he told to share, they probably were like Jonah and not wanting to follow their calling. But this particular man was possessed by demons, and Jesus removed the demons from him and put him in the pigs. The pigs ran into the ocean, drowned. And the people who were herding the pigs like sheep, they went to the town and said, "This man just killed our flock." And then Jesus was removed. He left from the town. And this was happening everywhere he went. People were just like, "Get him out of here." But something about this person who had demons, that Jesus, the man wanted to follow Jesus, and Jesus said, "No, go back to the town and tell everybody about me." And then somebody heard about what he was saying, and they were like, "This man is talking about, he's doing miracles in your name." And Jesus said, "If he's able to do miracles in my name, then he's a follower." It's like this person followed Christ by obeying him, and Jesus told him not to follow him. He ended up following Christ's orders by not following him. Whoever that's resonating for, you have the high priestess coming out. There was a case closed. Somebody said you were a witch. Somebody said you worship Satan, and it was just like, it is what it is. You call him Jesus. Almost the vibe is given that because they did call Jesus Satan. It's like everywhere they tried to attack and accuse you, you could pull out the Bible and show this is what I'm listening to. This is where he tells me what to do. And it's not just a voice in the ear, but it's definitely a voice in the ear. And some of y'all have access to visions. You have visions that are real. Something about the firmament is like a river in the sky. I mean, that's what clouds are. Clouds are literally water in the sky. But it's even thicker than that. It's dense. There's more water in the sky than we realize. The Lovers is coming out. Yeah, I'm seeing you as being someone who cannot be knocked down and possibly even having an immunity. I'm seeing you and another person being the last man and woman on earth, and you starting a new population of people. This feels like it was intentional. It feels like there's a group of people who were removed, ethnically cleansed from the planet, and then started up over again. And this is a new brand is continuing on the line. This is getting really intense. And this is probably why you were sworn to secrecy. Like, you can't talk about this. And I'm not even touching the surface of what this is, because it feels like it's almost like one of those bio fields, or it's like a pool. They want to say cesspool, but it's like something under the ocean in the North Pole, under the ice caps. I don't know if I'm using the right words, but there's something in that is a brand new species of human, a brand new race of people. Y'all use your intuition with this message. The love is going to guide you. People have been trying to criminalize love for so long, trying to pervert it. Someone's being removed. It could have to do with this perversion. It could have to do with the stiff necks who don't want to, what they call, give in to it. Because God is saying that you ought to open up to him. He's knocking on the door and you ought to open up. So it's like, if you have some reservations about that, I don't know where you came from, I don't know where you've been, I don't know who you are, then all right, he don't know you either is the vibe. King of Wands is coming out. Yes, this is a powerful force to be reckoned with. And I'm hearing some of this is going to happen at midnight. Whenever you see this as a timeless reading, but it's going to happen at a certain time. Again, use your intuition, but be ready, because he's coming. And when he comes, you're going to open that door. Okay? Let me know if you're resonating with this energy, because it's on a different time. Like, I'm just like, whoa, what's going on here? Please let me get some confirmation on this energy and assure me that it's not just me. Thanks to everyone who stuck around to the end. I love you guys.